Hi everyone, Heather Liu here from Closet Core Patterns, coming to talk to you about our September 2023 pattern for Crew, the Butterscotch Bag. If you don't know, Crew is our monthly subscription service, so every month as a member, you get access to a completely unique and one-of-a-kind PDF pattern that isn't available anywhere else. And normally, we do garments, but for September this year, it's back to school. And in that kind of like back to school kind of start of the new year vibe, we wanted to create basically like a cool back to school bag. And this is the first time we've really gotten deep into bag design. We've designed simpler bags before, but this time we really spent a lot of time thinking about functionality and wanted to give you something multi-purpose, super functional, but that also you could make in a dozen different ways using all sorts of different hardware and different fabrics to make something that's really unique to you. So Butterscotch comes in two sizes, and I'm going to kind of walk you through both. This is the smaller size. So I don't know if I put it next to my body for scale and get a little bit closer so you can see some of the features of this bag. So we are recommending bottom weight fabrics for this bag. So when we're talking bottom weights, we're talking canvas, non-stretch twill, non-stretch denim. You could use jacquards or brocades, but just I think anything kind of beefy that you would use to make a pair of jeans or like workwear, I think are really great fabrics for Butterscotch. So we're looking through this. Now, the other thing I should actually mention right off the top is the Butterscotch was designed for a variety of different hardware. We've got this little swivel hook. We've got, this one, actually we're using a belt buckle from our Blanca flight suit kits over at Core Fabrics. I can show you the swivel hook. The final pattern calls for swivel hooks and D-rings, but you can use any bag closure hardware you want. There's D-rings all over the place because this is a convertible bag. And we also have this little strap slider. So there are a few pieces of hardware that we call for that you'll need a kit for, or you'll need to source somewhere. Lucky for you, over at Core Fabrics, we obviously have custom kits that include the strapping, all of the hardware. So if you want to get everything in one place and you don't want to have to worry about sourcing everything, you can get that at Core Fabrics. However, we also have a blog post this month that shows you all the different ways that you can kind of hack this bag. So if you don't have the hardware, no problem. There are different ways that you can make this without the hardware, just using things that you have basically around the house, which is handy because we didn't want this to be something that you needed a kit to sew. So we have a cotton webbing strap. We've got this cool buckle. And so this is why I would like to encourage you to be creative with hardware, because this was just a belt buckle we used. You could also do, I don't know, maybe you want this to be a fabric tie that actually closes this bag, so it doesn't actually have to be a piece of hardware. So we have this flap that closes over top of what is a drawstring tote bag. So this is another variation. Like if you just wanted to skip the flap and just have a drawstring tote, you absolutely could. And I think this would look really cool too in leather. So if you're interested in sewing with leather or faux leather, that's also an option. So we've got this drawstring here, and then we're really thinking about pockets. Like how are you gonna use this every day? So we've got, whatever you wanna put in here, phones, water bottle pocket here on the side. At the back of the bag, we also have a really pretty exposed zipper. So this is great if you wanna put your wallet or anything that you kind of need to access right away, and it's a completely lined pocket on the inside. But this is optional. So if you didn't want this zipper pack, you could just completely skip that. So getting inside the bag, we've got it stuffed with stuff, so I'll pull the stuffing out. It's fully lined on the inside. And then on the inside, I think maybe I'll just turn it inside out so you can see. We've also got all sorts of dividers and pockets inside the lining, which I love because I'm always losing everything in my bag, and I always have like lipsticks loose and then getting lipstick all over everything because bags never seem to have enough pockets. So this has pockets, hashtag it has pockets, lots of them. And of course you can customize them. So, if you want to put pencils in here or whatever, you could have little smaller slots for that. And what we're recommending for inside the bag as a lining, you might be tempted to go use a lightweight lining. Like you really want something sturdy so it's going to hold up. So we're actually using a lightweight cotton twill as a lining. I think it's about a 6 ounce that we're carrying at Core Fabrics. But if you wanted to use something a little bit lighter, I would say quilting cotton is a good option, but anything lighter than that, I wouldn't go with a voile or a batiste or a rayon Bemberg. You really want something sturdy that's not going to get holes in it. So What we love about this bag and what makes it a little bit special and more than just a backpack or a tote is that it can do double duty. So that's why we have all of these D-rings, because everything converts. So as a tote bag, you've got 2 D-rings on the sides, and it works as a tote, obviously, right? Here I am with my tote bag. However, if you want to convert it into a backpack, you just unhook these swivel hooks. It's going to take me a minute to do this. And at the back of the bag, we've got these 2 angled straps. So what you're going to do is weave your strap through the back strap, clip it onto your D-ring at the back. Do the same here. And then obviously it becomes a backpack, but this is obviously quite short. So you were going to use your adjustable slider that we also call for as hardware to lengthen the strap, and then it becomes a backpack. So very fun to get kind of like 2 bags in one. Okay, so I've got my backpack straps now clipped through. I've lengthened them. And now it's a backpack, and I'll show you what it looks like from behind. Keep in mind it's empty. So it's basically like a cute little mini backpack. And of course, we also have a larger size. So this is basically like a mini tote, mini backpack. And then we also have the larger size. And I would say this is more of like a rucksack, like a real school bag size. And we designed this one to fit, be big enough for a laptop. So, and we looked at kind of like a lot of commercial backpacks and studied a lot of the ones that we had as a team. And this really felt like a good all-purpose backpack. And of course, it's a tote too. It becomes almost like a messenger bag, like a pretty big tote bag. And then as well, this converts into the backpack. Now with this version that we made this with a waterproof canvas that we're carrying at Core Fabrics. And waterproof canvas makes a great bag because obviously it's not going to get wet. But wax canvas is a little bit trickier to sew with, so you're not going to be able to do a lot of pressing or anything like that because obviously you're going to end up melting the wax. So if you do want to use something like a waterproof canvas, just keep in mind to do a little bit of research. I think we're writing a blog post about how to sew with it, just to make sure that you're not getting like melted wax all over your iron. So we basically did a lot of finger pressing with this. But you can also so in terms of not needing all of the hardware, you could just make this strap out of fabric. We have a pattern piece for it, and make it fixed length. So either as a backpack or as a tote bag, just sew it as a fixed length within the bag, and then that way you don't need the slider. So all of the convertible factor happens when you use all of the hardware, but if you skip the hardware, you could basically make a fixed tote bag or backpack is what I'm trying to say. I'll take all the stuffing out of this guy. And here's the inside of this, again, with those pockets for all of your stuff. Great backpack. So if you are in the market for a backpack this year, I think you should make one out of a beautiful sturdy fabric and have so much fun customizing it. Because of all of the pockets, this is a really great opportunity to play with color matching, or color blocking. So you could be doing the pockets in one color and the body of the bag in the other. You could do the flap in a different color. You could do the straps in a different color. It's really, really a fun opportunity for you to really think about this creatively and think about what you want to get out of this bag and then make it accordingly. So this is the Butterscotch bag. Once again, it's available when you join Crew at Closet Core Patterns. Comes in 2 sizes. And this month over at Crew, we also have some help with your bag making process. So we've got a blog post on heavy duty sewing. And we also have a really cool blog post that shows you, like I said, all of the different ways that you can really customize this with or without hardware to get the most mileage out of Butterscotch. We hope you love it. We do. I know I'm going to be really excited to be using this bag heading into fall. I think it's a great complement to a lot of the patterns that we've released this year for Crew. And that's it. Thanks so much. Hope you love Butterscotch.